Hello and welcome to haQ. My name is Jakob, I'm your host and you're watching a hack vlog. Now I recently put up a video called 8 times Poison 202 in where I'm playing a track and showing the actual track with all the sounds being generated by Poison 202, something that I even state inside the video. People have been asking me, what's making the drums? Poison is doing the drums. These are presets that I created for this specific project. And it's pretty amazing because it is an iPad mini 2, something that people have been asking me, which is also stated in the video 40 seconds in, right there. An iPad mini 2, it's an older device, like a newer iPad, but I'm still able to run Cubase 2 and 8 instances of Poison 202 as audio units, which is amazing, and it's taking up about 50% of my processes. As I also state inside the video, I'm not using any processors or EQs or anything. I think that if I had started adding stuff like that, then the playback wouldn't have been as smooth as it is in the video. So to break it down for you, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play each of the sound individually so you can hear what it is. So I basically started this track by making the bass drum. And if you like this sound and you want me to do a tutorial on how to make drums with Poison 202, then please comment and request it in the comment section. It's fun making snares in Poison because it's got a certain sound to it. The synth, I quite like it. Now, something that I like with Poison 202 is that it has its own preset system. Most audio units doesn't have its own preset system inside Cubase, and that's quite frustrating. But Jim created Poison 202 to be a standalone synthesizer at first, so it's nice being able to save the presets I make in there. Now, I also made an open hi-hat and a closed hi-hat, and they sound like this. Next, I started working on the bass. At this point, I didn't really know what type of song I wanted to do, so I went for a very generic bass sound. Next, after that, I actually made the pump organ. There's an organ in there, very distorted, very noisy, really shoots through the mix. I basically used an LFO to duck the volume. This is where it gets a bit tricky. Now, if you look at the BPM inside Cubase, you can see that I have a peculiar BPM. The BPM is set to the rate of the LFO inside Poison 202. Jim, if you're watching this, it would be so nice being able to lock the clock rate of the LFO to the BPM of a project inside a DAW or MIDI clock or Ableton Link or something else. After making that Atmos pad, as I'm calling it inside the project, I started working on the lead sound, and I wanted it to be kind of chip music-y, sounding more like a game sound. After doing all of these sounds, I realized I wanted something more poppy, something generic that you usually hear in songs like this. And that's why I made the plucked sound here. So these are the sounds coming out of Poison 202 as an audio unit 8 times loaded inside Cubase with no other effects or equalizers or anything. I have compressed the sound a bit after exporting it because at some points the level got a bit moody, so I didn't want the video to distort. And let's say I would continue working on this, then I would probably export each track so I have WAV files, empty all of the channels with MIDI and Poison 202, leaving all the resources over for effects and processors so that I can make a proper mixing job with it. So there you have it, 8 instances of Poison 202. Thank you so much for watching. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. I also have a Patreon page, so if you want to support me in that way, then you can see the address right here, and you can also find it down in the description together with a link to Poison 202. Highly recommend, especially now that it's an audio unit. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it. Vad var det jag skulle göra nu? Jag kommer inte ihåg. All right. Oh, come. Ja, hur ska jag fixa det här nu då? Alltså, där är ju... Va? Där ser man lampan. Och där ser man hörnet. Lite... Kom. Det här är fruktansvärt. Nu är det dammigt också. Det ser dammigt ut. Samma procedur. Jag borde bygga mig en studio eller någonting, så att jag slipper liksom ändra på allting hela tiden. Det här är helt sjukt. Varför ska det vara så besvärligt? Va? Står du kvar där nu eller? Vad gör du?